Hey everyone, it's Julia, the Nomadic Crafter, and I'm here in the motel room sewing with Bambi. I took her actually over to Fiesta Island for a big free run, which is her free run place where usually there's not other dogs. But anyway, here we are. Got the TV going. I realize I don't have internet in this room unless I want to pay $8 for a day. And Bambi's really been enjoying just having more space and chilling out. I'm not stepping over her, and I'm enjoying being able to stand up. And she's a alligator, and I just love her so much. You guys, this is my dog, my Belgian Malinois mix dog, Bambi, and I'm so glad I kept her. She is such a good girl. She's so smart, so beautiful. Anyway, I've been enjoying standing up and this motel room, running water, just cooking and be able to wash my dishes right away. And right now I'm having some apples with peanut butter and a banana I had. And I'll probably make some more coffee. And everything's groovy, man. Really excited. So I just wanted to show you what I was working on. So I'm a little bit late. It's about 4:50 on the second day, and I'm tired, and I'm working on finishing this first pair of pants still. So I haven't got to designing the second pair of pants yet. Just thinking about that exhausts me. But after I'm finished with these, and I'm almost finished, I will start the next pair, and I'll put together the patch designs, and then I have all day tomorrow to put them in and put the additional patches on. So if you'd like to see what I'm working on, which is an order, a custom order of Hippie Patchwork bell bottoms from my store, californiapatchwork.etsy.com. Obviously on the site Etsy, which is great. Here you go. This is what I'm working on. Hopefully the lighting's okay. So this person requested Grateful Dead symbols. Let's see. That one, and we've got this Grateful Dead here. Oh man, I love it. Oh, and I put this butterfly here. Let's see, man. And I really want to do some sparkly gold paint a little bit here and there, but I'm not sure. And I really want to just send them out Friday when we leave the motel with the other ones. But we'll just see. So I'm going to put them together, put them aside, and start the next ones. But anyway, so I do the patchwork strips down the side of the jeans, and then I just make a really expansive one so that they're bell bottoms. Like that. The patch is a little stiff at first. God, it's a really pretty patch. That's the Steal Your Face. And anyway, so there'll be bell bottoms. I'm just finishing up stitching the bottom of this one together. It looks messy, but it won't when it's done. And I always like to make it a little bit draped on the bottom like that, because otherwise it sort of flips up on the end of the bell, and I don't like that. But anyway, this is the project that was ordered that I had started before at my brother's house, and now we're here finishing it. And then since then another pair was ordered, and that's the other one I'm getting to. And I have the patches for that one, also a Grateful Dead head, like me, are going to be this one, known as Bertha. It says Grateful Dead. And this dancing bear, which is like Pie May Dog. And then I have another lightning bolt, which is another Grateful Dead symbol. So I'm stoked. I'm stoked about getting these done. I would like to work on some of the other projects I have here for t-shirt dresses, but I can see I'm not going to be getting to that. I also have 2 hats that are due that were supposed to go out before I came into this motel, and they're not done yet. One I made too large and had to undo half of it. And the other one I started in yarns that I thought were going to work, but then didn't. So this is what often happens with the custom hat orders, is I get stumped on them for one reason or another, which is different than just pulling out some yarn and making a hat. So, but I do like to take on the custom orders because it gives people just what they want. and it gives me more sales. So, and it sometimes gives me really good hat ideas that I hadn't thought of myself when someone asked me to try something. One of my best hats that I make all the time now is a chunky bill cap made out of this Thick and Quick yarn. And it was because someone requested a bill cap that I ended up coming up with that design, which is a bill that doesn't have anything inside of it and yet is somewhat stiff but pliable. And it's one of my best designs. So, and that was through a custom request. So now, as far as vans, I am having I'm reconsidering the green Ford 93 high top van with a preliminary solar setup, which was for $3,000 or best offer, and I've now gotten him down to $2,600, and he's driving to San Diego already, so he's going to bring it down on Friday. I said no commitments, but I'd like to test drive it and look at it. After looking at the 96 Ford and realizing that I could really use my own experience with vans at this point and my basic mechanical knowledge, basic, and my eyeballs and my brain, my new rewiring brain that's not such a, oh, let me please you and make you happy, looking out for myself, I can look at that van and tell so much. And after looking at that van and seeing how leaky it was and feeling it out and just learning to say no to something, and I still felt the pangs of guilt of taking his time for showing me the van and the temptation to just buy it. Same with the green one. He's bringing it down. Maybe I should just buy it. No, I can't be thinking like that with anything in my life. So that's what's changing up here as I'm rewiring my brain. But after looking at that van and seeing that I could determine so much just with my own new skills of looking at the van and what I know about it, I'm pretty impressed with myself. I'm looking forward to looking at this next van, and I'm not committed to getting it, even at the lower price with the high top and the preliminary solar setup. And the guy's moving right away, and he needs to sell it. Even with all that, obviously, I'm not going to rush getting the van. And my van is driving awesome, and I wish I could, honestly, part of me just wants to put money into figuring out what's really wrong with that and confirming or disconfirming for sure the transmission issue, if it couldn't be partially fixed, all of those questions again. I may be killing myself going back to that, but I love my little van. It's really hard to get rid of, especially if it goes to a junkyard. Because if I sell it, it's just going to be like, I don't really know. It could even be transmission. So I'm pretty convinced it is, but it's a matter of time when that'll actually go. I mean, maybe we should take the loan on retainer if that's possible and just go on with our lives and head north. And then if worse comes to worse and I don't have a van, we can, get a motel or something and then, or rent a U-Haul. And meanwhile, keep looking for vans. I don't want to just be stalled here in San Diego with the pressure of looking for a new van. And I'm feeling like the pressure's not on because this van's running well. It's just so weird to feel so worried about the van breaking down and then not feel as worried about it. And I flip back and forth all the time. So, I just got the feeling again. And the knowing that everything is going to work out. I've never felt this way before in my life, where my brain will just stop and tell me, oh, like my default position is becoming, if I can hold on to it and believe in it and trust in it and listen to it, that everything's going to work out and it's going to be in my best interest. And I know when, I start feeling anxiety about buying a certain van or whatever, that, or I turned down a van, like I turned down that first one and wanted to worry about whether I'd made the wrong decision or not. I just said, no, this is just the way it's supposed to be. It's going to work out. It'll all work out. Don't worry. No matter what happens, it's still considered working out. The day that I die, that will be it working out. You see, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. What could possibly go wrong, or what could I possibly lose that should make me go, okay, now I can come off my hinges. Now I can make life suck for myself and be negative. Now I can be lacking in any kind of hopefulness and be depressed or whatever. What would justify that? No, it's always going to be look up and have hope. And that is your best way to go at anything. And this, I'm finding it to be the most miraculous universe where everything I need comes to me. And it's not the idea of getting stuff for free. It's the idea of being in alignment with the larger creation, which I'm a part of, which is this abundant, always growing and changing universe. So, how could I possibly judge it in any way to be not working out? It's just silly. And somehow when you realize that and start to go with the flow and let a little bit of that control go, which I have control issues severely, and worry issues, that it seems to like got your back, you know, it's like you're in alignment with it. And so it's, you know, your inclination is to go this way, you go this way. Your inclination is to go this way, so you go this way. You don't fight it. You don't paddle up river. You go down river with the flow. And it's not because you're lazy or you want it to be easy, but because that's where all the opportunities are. That's where that's the direction of flow. So go with it. Anyway, now I'm philosophizing, but that's what's going on with me. And I just experienced it again. It's like I start worrying about it and then I realize, no, everything's going to work out. Plus that feels a whole heck of a lot better. Alrighty then. So this is Julia in this makeshift sewing room. Oh, before I let you go, that's one thing I wanted to say about van life. It is so nice to be able to stop and go into a little space like this little hotel, and get my work done and do this other fun like project. But more than that, I think van life works a lot better if you go and mix it up a little bit and go stay and visit someone for 3 days, or go get a little motel room or whatever, or a campsite, and mix it up and get out of the van and change your environment and open the space up a bit. It's really nice, no matter how much time you spend outside your van anyway. So, and also the hot showers and the running water. So, but I really like my van life, but I do need this, and I wish I had done this earlier, and I should make sure that I do this more often to take care of myself. There was one more thing I wanted to say, but it's just really important for van life. Oh, I wanted to say how much I've always loved hotels and motels. This idea of just being in this one room, I just love that. Like a studio apartment that's just one room. I love that. And that's kind of what the van is too. It's just a really small room. So, I just love having my own little door. It was the same with the little storage unit I turned into a sewing studio. And a bunch of people had little studios in there too, so it wasn't just too weird. It just had a little door, and it's just a little room, and I just love that. And that's what I love about staying in a motel too, van life or not. And in my travels around the country with widespread panic, mostly east of the Mississippi, I should say east of Colorado and east. You know, I stayed in motels. I stayed in the back of my truck with a shell, and I stayed in motels, and I just love it. And hotels, I just love the little room. I don't like the ones that are big giant buildings where you're in an inside hall and all the rooms on the inside. It just feels like, and the windows don't open. There's no air going through there. I discovered my window open. So anyway, just a little chat with you, showing you my project and my workspace here in my little motel in San Diego, and not too far from, you know, I didn't have to drive inland to do it. So, and I want to thank you for watching my videos. If you have any questions about van life, about crafting while living in a van, or any advice about getting a new van. Oh, advice. It's sometimes hard for me to take. Just let me know down there in the comments, and please like this video if you like it. So thanks so much for watching. This is Julia and Bambi. Say goodbye to you now and get back to work while I have the electricity and lighting. And I think I'm going to stand up. Ooh, it feels so good. All right. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Wow.